Hello, my name is Sippies, and you can call me B, and welcome back to Even If Tempest. Here we have Zen warning us about going back in time. Why does he know this? I don't know, but I love his design. I'm kind of a Zen simp, not gonna lie. I think he's the hottest one. Now, are you listening to me? This is your best ending. This will be your first and last happy ending. So don't ever go turn back time ever again. Okay. Night turns into dawn as I run through Zen's statements over and over again. I'm exhausted and want nothing more than rest, but I can't even bring myself to lie down. Don't turn back, he says. Does he really expect me to listen? This world is built on the bloody backs of Maya and Prince Lucian. My entire mission is to overturn worlds like these. I found a way to defeat the witch. One risk though it may be, my fatal rewind means that I can try it as many times as I want. If it fails, I can just turn back time. As I try to encourage myself, the memories of my multiple deaths after Maya's murder come unbidden. That was rough, hellish even. I may not have had physical scars upon my revival, but the mental ones run deep. Had I continued that for much longer, my mind would have shattered. I'm so tired. Tired? Don't be ridiculous. I haven't accomplished anything. Things will never be over so long as Maya and Prince Lucian remain dead. I need to use the fatal rewind. I need to die right now. Mitchell. He's the one who gave the nasally voice. Car, are you awake? Mitchell, what's wrong?
It's the Grand Commander.
Calm down and tell me what happened. Mitchell, Car, you came.
Where is Grand Commander Crius?
We're still looking for him. Car, I hear you were with him last night. The Inquisitors want to ask you some questions, so head off to the Grand Commander office. Okay, I'll go now then.
Why? Why did this have to happen?
Yeah, I think he was like accused of murder or something. 5 Inquisitors stand in the Grand Commander's office. The desks and shelves have been entirely overturned in their search for something. I was waiting for you, Miss Rat. Inquisitor Lister. Oh, excuse me. Inquisitor Lister looks away awkwardly. He apparently still suffering from the blow of not realizing the witch had disguised himself as Thomas until the end of the trial. This is all the witch's fault anyway. I probably shouldn't ask him about it. I wasn't aware the Inquisitorial Order looked into standard incidents as well. Well, yeah, we poke our noses into a shoplifting case so long as someone comes complaining a witch did it. Master Tyrell, that's not a complaint, but a confession! Why has a warrant been put out for Grand Commander Crius? Is there some divisive evidence pointing him as the killer? He has the motive, of course. The evidence, of course. A motive? And there was evidence after all?
Don't interrupt me again.
I'm sorry, sir, never again.
Do you know who was killed in this case?
The 7 Cardinals. In other words, my bosses.
The Cardinals have gathered for a meeting late last night. It continued into the early hours, and they were all killed at roughly 2 in the morning. And it wasn't just them. The knights assigned to guard them had also been killed. Our culprit is a skilled one. You were witness with the suspect at the usual bar last night. Can you corroborate this? Yes, we were there at some time around 9 o'clock. The Grand Commander left for the lavatory to wash his face. I checked with an employee after 30 minutes of silence and found out the lavatory was empty. Did anything odd happen before he disappeared? I was assaulted by a suspicious individual. The Grand Commander just happened to be in that area at that time and saved me. I removed all reference to the witch and changed the monster into a violent human. There's no point in discussing something so inexplicable with him now. It was a tough fight and left the Grand Commander exhausted. I assume he left for home due to feeling ill.
How was he able to save you?
Well, through his mastery of swordplay.
That's not what I'm asking. How was he even there? Only local residents ever use that road, but his own home is on higher ground.
Well, maybe he had business with me.
Did he tell you that? We have no idea what he was doing between the end of the Wings meeting at 6 p.m. and his run-in with you. Everyone else was under the impression he was working in his office. Not a single person saw him go outside. He wasn't exactly under supervision, so there is the chance they simply missed him, of course.
I can't say what he was doing either, but he often holes himself up in his office. He's been especially busy recently too.
Do you know why he's been busy?
Huh?
If you don't know, then forget I asked.
What's this about a motive? What reason could he have for killing the cardinals? And tell me about this evidence.
I'm not about to reveal sensitive info to someone outside the investigation.
I know Inquisitor Lister won't break his silence on this. He refused to tell me anything the first time I discovered Maya's death, and when I was still just an outsider. The Grand Commander would never kill someone. I have to prove this innocence, but to do that, I need even just one piece of info to work off of. What can I do to let me participate in this investigation? Oh? Well, he likes being flattered. Oh, this is actually the right answer. Stroke his ego. Ego. Stroke his ego. Stroke his eagle? What the fuck? Grand Commander Crius would often flatter people to get them to work for him. Let's see if I can try the same thing. Inquisitor Lister. Goddamn. Inquisitor Lister, you're an incredibly talented individual. I can tell how capable you are from our conversations alone. Then you use these talents to pursue justice. You see the cases yourself, despite them falling outside your I'm sorry, I'm trying to flatter you. Jurisdiction, simply because you want to see them solved. I'm in awe of your work ethic. We Wings must learn from your example. Would you allow me to assist in your investigations? I swear on my honor as a knight to keep silent on all the details. Hey, don't think you can fool Master Tyrell with your transparent...
How many times must I tell you to shut up?
Sorry, sir.
Since you so highly revere the ground I walk on, I suppose I could give it some thought.
I have done no such thing. It only just barely swallowed my retort. Thank you. Let's keep this up going forward. I need to change how I ask my questions depending on the details, just like Grand Commander Crius would. What should I ask about? Evidence. Let's see what evidence there is. He doesn't look to be the best of moods. Butter him up. Butter him up, baby. A mix of various words of praise into my speech as I asked about the evidence pointing to the Grand Commander.
If you want to know that so badly, I suppose I could tell you. One of his personal effects was found at the scene.
Oh, a feather. The item in question is a gorgeous rust-red Garuda feather. I could never mistake it for anything else. It's a feather from the Grand Commander's very own Garuda, Luan.
This is the feather Crius Castle Rock wears on his person, is it not?
I can confirm it is a feather from a Garuda by the name of Luan. I cannot, however, say for certain if it's the feather usually pinned to the Grand Commander's chest. Inquisitor Lister apparently anticipated my answer.
The constabulary has taken this as irrefutable proof that he's the criminal, but I know you think it's impossible too. Someone as calculating as Kaz would...
Oh my gosh.
Apologies. I'm drinking caffeine and it's making me stumble over my words.
Drink it up, pinkity drinkity. Crunch, crunch.
Someone as calculating as Kaz wouldn't leave such an obvious arrow pointing to him. If this were the perfect crime, then maybe I doubt him.
You doubt the Grand Commander only if it were a perfect crime? That's the kind of thing he could only say from a certain level of trust. What should I ask about? What was the murder weapon?
We're done talking here.
No! Wait! I can't leave him leave yet. There must be something I can use to grab his attention. I'll bring you some good mead if you tell me what the murder weapon was.
Mead? Which brand?
I know there's a specific mead he likes. What was it called again? Arcana.
A longsword. The weapon was taken from the scene, but the wounds point directly to it being a longsword.
A longsword, was it? The Grand Commander used one when he fought off the monster, but that doesn't mean anything. It's a weapon familiar to many a knight. What should I ask about? Master Tyrell, I do believe it's time for us to leave. Damn it. There's still so much I need to ask him. I can't be picky in my methods if I want to get the information out of him. Threaten him? Really? This last witch trial was a right mess. To think we were left so unguarded that a witch managed to sneak in with a sacrificia. Just a bit more. Are Inquisitors supposed to be specialized in dealing with witches? Did not a single one of you notice? Well, you see. Tell me why you suspect the Grand Commander. We cannot afford to repeat this mistake.
And to do that, to give you this information, we're utterly useless, so you may as well do this yourself. Is that what you're getting at?
That's exactly what I'm getting at. Yeah, you're useless, Tyr. What an insolent woman. Apologize right this instant or you'll find your body torn asunder. Or I'll what? Master Tyrell.
You've got some nerve. I'll grant you that much. Not bad. Not bad at all.
He throws a stack of papers onto the table. He motions at them with his chin, as if urging me to pick them up. I eventually do so with no small amount of suspicion. This is heavy. There has to be more than 100 pages in here. Written within are detailed records concerning the wings of Garuda, from the founding principles to last decade's or yearly budgets. There's information on all of our duties and even a problem-solving flowchart. There's even guidelines in here for how to interact with the royal family and those in the nobility. I have a bad feeling about this. Are these materials for passing on the position of Grand Commander?
You think so too?
The beautifully flowing script is that of the Grand Commander's. The date of the document initial draft matches the very day he was first promoted to the position.
The man was grumbling on about how he doesn't deserve to be the Grand Commander.
Is that because of his illness?
So you knew about that, huh? He must trust you quite a bit to reveal his illness to you. But he has his medicine now. His illness is cured, and he can take up his position with pride. I thought we closed the book on that case, but it seems I was wrong. Look at the name of the chief executive on the last page. Aubrey Toynbee. But Toynbee only rose to the position yesterday. What that says to me is that, even cured of his illness, he still intends to step down as a Grand Commander. Allow me to summarize what your thought process is. You believe Grand Commander Crius created these documents, killed the 7 cardinals, and went into hiding, correct? It all makes sense. Finding out whether or not it actually happened is my current goal. What should I ask about? Are there any other suspects? Are there any other suspects? Let me turn the questions back on you. Tell me what you've noticed at the current juncture. Talk about raising the bar. I don't even have all the information, but I can't let this go unanswered. 7 cardinals and their assigned guards were murdered. Even removing the cardinals from the equation, you need to be especially skilled to take out trained guards. There's only one other piece of information I can use to help my theory. Time! The culprit must have been someone close to the cardinals. What makes you say that? The time of the crime. They were murdered at 2 in the morning, yes? Why were the cardinals gathered at the church so late? Some emergency must have called them to a sudden meeting. The only ones who would otherwise know how this gathering would be related to the church. Crius Castle Rock is our only suspect, and we have a witness. Who? Hugo Spencer. Hugo! I played this part of this route before, so I think I got an idea. It's been a while, but I think I got an idea, but I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Hugo? Why would Hugo be at the church? He lives there. Because he's the son of a cardinal. According to his mother's testimony, he accompanied his father out of worry. The boy was found passed out near the cardinal's corpses. Based on his condition, it's highly likely he was poisoned. He'll be okay though, right? It's all up to him. If your training is anything to write home about, then he should have the endurance to see him through the worst of it. Then he'll be fine. We've seen how hard he's worked, and we all have high hopes for his future. What should I ask about? What is his motive? From the looks of it, you still don't quite understand why Cass is a suspect in the first place. Given he opened up to you about his illness, I thought he may have even revealed the details of his past, but I suppose not. Sister Isabella? It's a long shot, but I said the young woman's name. When I mentioned her before, Hugo panicked. The Grand Commander remained relatively composed. Thought it meant it had nothing to do with him. So you had heard about it. That's exactly it. The investigation team suspects the death of his older sister Isabella is the root of his motive. I heave a great big sigh internally. So Isabella is his older sister. This makes the boy from my dreams the Grand Commander himself. I had been given a glimpse of his past. Is this some new power of mine? The witch implied I earned some new power when I triumphed in the trial. I wasn't sure what it meant at the time. Apparently I've gained the power to see into the past. I suppose it's more accurate to say this is Rune's power. I would have to discuss this with Rune the next time we meet. A young nun died 13 years ago. The scars of abuse that littered her body likely had a deep connection with her death. Yet the constabulary labeled her death as a suicide and put a lid on the case, probably at the behest of some big shots. That nun was Isabella, Cass's sister. Was she killed by a cardinal? Who knows? It happened a whole 13 years ago. We have no way into looking into it, but I think Cass managed to find out the truth. You remember his payments to me, right? I was the one that started this arrangement. My plan was to use his sister's death as a starting point. But then he turned me down, saying it was all over.
All over? Would that mean the Grand Commander had no reason to hate the Cardinals? That makes his motive such a much flimsier thing.
If he was being honest with me, then sure. We've known each other for a while now, but I still can't figure that man out. The team on this case believes him to be acting on resentment for his sister's death. And so long there aren't any other suspects, this will be pinned entirely on him.
You believe he's the culprit as well? Inquisitor Lister says nothing. For a man who always wears his confidence proudly to go silent, I can only assume he has yet to make his own decision. Thank you for telling me what's happened. I swear I'll repay this favor.
Mead. Remember the mead. Arcana mead.
I salute with as much gratitude as I can muster and walk towards the door. As my hand is on the doorknob, the Inquisitor calls out from behind me.
Regarding the reason the Cardinals were gathered in the first place, they were arguing over whether or not a Membrum is still among us.
Among us? What?
Now, that may not have to do anything with the case at all. And one more thing. You're a miserable negotiator. I expect Kaz's subordinate to be a little bit more cunning in their methods.
You saw through everything. I'm sure your friendship with Grand Commander Crius had also motivated your investigation.
Excuse me? Since when did our relationship turn to rainbows and butterflies, huh? Ugh, I got goosebumps at the thought. Blah.
What the fuck?
Is that all rainbows and butterflies?
Even after all the excuses, it looks to me that Inquisitor Lister is conducting his own investigation. Were this not the case, he wouldn't have given me food for thought. I have to solve this case. Aha! My power to see into the past! If this is now a genuine power of mine, I can use it. Please wait, Inquisitor! But how can you use it? I borrow the Grand Commander's feather from Inquisitor Lister. There's much... You can have that? That's like evidence. There's much I don't yet know about my new power, but I feel like having this feather will help me see what I need. Please, tell me what happened to Grand Commander Crius. Oh, it worked. This guilt I hold forever burns at my flesh, even as joy rises within. My sin will never be forgiven, but maybe with this I can finally repent. I once again find myself dreaming. Is this Isabella's past or is it Grand Commander's? It might be neither. This murky, haunting emotion wasn't in either of their hearts. So whose past am I seeing now? How could you? Do you understand just what you've done here? Listen to me, Grand Commander. You deserve this punishment. They drove your sister to kill herself. Sister Isabella was such a sweet, kind person. She did it on me like I was her own brother. She would never take her own life. You suspected the Cardinals too, right? So I took upon myself to give them an ultimatum. Either they tell me the truth or I killed them. And they told me everything. They weren't all involved, mind, but turning a blind eye to their deeds. Wouldn't you say they're just as guilty? It's Hugo! I avenged Sister Isabella. I'm sure she's smiling upon us now. If revenge is really what Isabella wanted, then I truly am no good fool that can't understand people anymore. Huh? After hearing your conversation with Carr, I realized he must have gotten the wrong idea. I left it alone thinking that it wasn't a big deal. This is entirely my fault. I'm sorry, Hugo. What are you talking about? You got nothing to apologize for, sir. These bastards are to blame. My own father. They forced themselves on his sister Isabella even as she screamed. And I knew about it. I saw her suffering with my own eyes, but I was powerless to save her. I'm just as guilty. I'm so sorry. I was gonna kill myself once I was done. Once I kill these dogs, I'd drink the same poison Sister Isabella did. But since you're here, kill me. You hate me, right? You can't forgive me for letting Sister Isabella die, can you? If I were to think about it critically, you were only 5 at the time. I doubt you truly understood what was happening, nor would any action you would have taken amount to anything. Your father could easily suppress the truth. So I never felt resentful towards you, nor felt like you committed some grave sin I couldn't forgive. How can you be so calm about this? You're just as much as a victim as she was. If I'm a victim, then so are you. We both carry these scars in our hearts. No, I'll make this go away. Just leave it to me. What? He's taking the blame? God damn. The Grand Commander all but drags Hugo from the church and plucks the bloody sword from his grip. You're free to choose what you want to do from here. You can return to your daily life, or turn yourself into the constabulary, or blurry. But if you're planning to turn yourself in, then go speak with your mother. Give her the final farewell she deserves. Hugo ignored the Grand Commander's orders. Instead, he sinks into the shadows and spies on the Grand Commander from afar. He takes the feather from his uniform and drops it in a pool of blood. He then sweeps it over the room, erasing all evidence that could point to Hugo's involvement. He's trying to make himself look just as guilty so Hugo has the freedom to choose. What Hugo feels then is neither gratitude nor the weight of his sin. Instead, he feels hurt. Hurt that the Grand Commander didn't understand or justify his actions. When the Grand Commander leaves, Hugo drinks his poison. So, this is the truth. Hugo lived his life on a tight rope. He carried the weight of his and his father's sin as he stared into the fire below and just managed to suffer through it. Without a shed of ill will, I cut the rope from under him. If I hadn't asked Hugo about Sister Isabella, this would have never happened. The magic fizzles away at Hugo's death, and pulled back into a reality with no clear idea of what's happened to the Grand Commander. I asked everyone I can if they've seen him, but my efforts come to naught. The Grand Commander wouldn't let himself be spotted if he had a reason to be on the run. There must be a specific place he's hidden away in. I should probably look into his relationships and see if any of them are potentially sheltering the Grand Commander. First 2 people that come to mind are Inquisitor Lister and Zen. They're both his friends, which means they're likely candidates, assuming the Inquisitor isn't involved. And what about Zen? No, I don't think he's with Zen. If he were, Inquisitor Lister would have found him already. I can't think of anyone else the Grand Commander has regular contact with. And what do I do? What are you doing standing in the middle of the street? I know this voice. Oh, Landon, it's been a long time since we've seen you. Hey, long time no see. You have any idea how worried we were? You wouldn't even let us see you when we went to check up on you. I know, I'm sorry. I just had a lot on my mind. But I can't just lie around and mope when the Grand Commander is in trouble, you know. Landon. You're looking for him, right? I'll help. Thank you. I'll explain the basics of the current case to him. So you're looking for his friends, then? Yeah. Do you have any ideas? Well, I've heard he's been seen leaving the Lysel resident. From ex-Grand Commander Kyle? Yup. It wasn't the most pleasant conversation, to be sure. I heard about that too. Much of it, if not all, of that conversation was a lie. I know that. The Grand Commander isn't that kind of guy. But it is true that he's been showing up at the Lysel residence. Do you think we should go check that out? Well, Landon's logic is sound. If my stepmother felt any gratitude for the medicine, then she may very well be sheltering the Grand Commander. Why, you don't want to go? I can't afford to be selfish right now. I'll go with you. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Maybe I should try looking into the past again. If it doesn't work this time, then I'll go into the Lysel residence. Landon, do you mind waiting a bit? Huh? Wait, why are you closing your eyes like that? Don't tell me you're just going to sleep here and now. I'm trying to concentrate. Just give me a second. Where is the Grand Commander? Even the smallest hint will suffice. I'll take anything. I feel a crease forming between my brows as I hope and pray for an answer. No matter how long I stand there, all I see is the back of my eyelids. No use, huh? There's something very clear I want to see. But just before the fog clears, I'm pulled away. It's as if I've been denied this vision. Denied? By who, though? Could it be by Grand Commander Crius himself? Open eyes with a resigned sigh, and a searing pain rips through my abdomen. I look down. The handle of a knife juts out from my stomach. A bright red stain spreads across my clothes. Why did it have to be this way? Why did Maya have to die? The killer hated you, right? So why were you here in life when Maya's dead? Landon? I'm not at all surprised. I suspected for some time now that Landon resents me for Maya's death. But I didn't expect to the friggin' stab! At first, I thought you'd be suffering too. I mean, you and Maya were real close and all, but you acted like nothing happened and even got all cozy with the Grand Commander. Maya's dead because of you and you don't even care? Dude, we do care, you bitch. She won't be able to rest in peace like this. You need to be punished. Say something. Don't go quiet on me. You're right. Maya died because of me. Exactly. It's all your fault. This all happened because trash like you were friends with her. Even so, I want her to be with me, no matter how many times I have to do this. The feelings that had been resigned to smoldering within snap into a bright fire as this word slipped from my lips. That's all I want. Why am I so conflicted? Of the many roads I could take, the only one that truly matters is the one right in front of me. What nonsense are you spouting now? You don't care what happens as long as you're happy with the outcome? You're the worst. I'm greedy. I wanted to laugh alongside Maya, and I want to talk more with Prince Lucian. This path I've chosen will not be easy. I'll meet many more failures before I succeed and find myself on the precipice of despair. But what I want can only be found at the end of this road. This isn't my happy ending. What are you going on about? I had enough of you trying to make a fool out of me. Just die already. Goddamn, Landon. I feel like there's probably other things he could do before freaking stabbing us. What? The CG, look at him! Grand Commander! The joy I feel at finally seeing him immediately vaporizes. The the cranberry commander. The Grand Commander looks down at Landon and collapses down at his feet with a chilly gaze. He brings one of his legs back and swiftly kicks into Landon's stomach. Sir! Please stop this, Grand Commander! Grand Commander! Letting him have it. What was I doing? Thank goodness you're back to normal. Car! Stay with me, Car! Well, I guess this is it. Bye. But before I go, say his name or tell him how you... Say my name, say my name. Oh my gosh! I think this is the last one for this. Oh god. Say his name.
Crius.
There's something I like you to promise me, Car. I want you to forget I'm your superior for today. If you are honest and wanting to hear more about me, then please. So what should I call you today, Sir Castle Rock? Just my first name, I think.
Crius.
Oh, you like that? Why did I say it like that?
Crius.
Dead. I can reverse failure, correct mistakes, erase any signs of defeat. With a fatal rewind at my disposal, I am all but omnipotent, and yet I can't get things to work out. It takes all my energy just to win the trials. I don't want to lose anyone, but everyone's lives are crumbling all around me. I'm trapped in quicksand. I can't change anything, can't save or protect anyone. The more I try to make people happy, the further entrenched I become in this cycle of suffering. But this is all I have. My only choice is to die and to attempt to do things over again. I lashed out at myself under the guise of logic. It's how I stood up against it again, but now I'm numb to it all, body and soul. If the fatal rewind had been granted to someone wiser, stronger, more skilled, I'm sure they'd have reached their happy ending by now. I'm sorry. Where am I? You're awake? Thank the goddess. I hear the Grand Commander's voice behind me, and I hurry to see him with my own eyes. Don't turn around. I took a rough fall just now. I'm all covered in mud, you see? I don't want you seeing me like this. Why would that even matter? Even covered in mud, you're still you. Man's pride takes a decade to heal, you know. A dull pain runs up my side. My clothes are stained crimson. The blood had thankfully stopped. It's clear I'm in desperate need of treatment. I'm sorry. I should have taken you to a hospital, but when I returned to my senses, I already had you out here in the woods. I guess I was trying to force a double suicide on you. I can't apologize enough. What the fuck? Okay. Grand Commander? Want to try guessing what I really am? 1, a witch. 2, a membrum. 3. There's no guessing. You're simply you. The day of the ceremony when the sky turned black, the witch showed himself to me. Oh wait, oops. That was Crius. The day of the ceremony when the sky turned black, the witch showed himself to me. He said he'd give me power, so all I need to do was let my desires guide me. I didn't have any desires to speak of. I was apparently a bit of a failure as a membrum. I was going to let my death end it all. My illness meant I wouldn't be serving as Grand Commander for very long. I planned to quit once the Order was on its feet economically. I didn't think I'd have any regrets. But then I saw you, broken and crying after Maya's death. I put off my own death for flimsier and flimsier reasons. I'll wait until after you're better. No, until we can talk more. After I can thank you for working so hard. I'm gonna try that again. I put off my own death for flimsier and flimsier reasons. I'll wait until after you're better. No, until after we talk more. Until after I thank you for working so hard. Until after I see your smile. Then I heard the witch's voice again, telling me that I didn't have to lie to myself anymore. I was free, he said. Looking back, that was probably a spell of some kind. My heart felt so much lighter. I was able to protect you from that monster. And from Landon, too. When I heard what the Grand Commander had to say, I finally understand what Zen tried to tell me. If I wanted to defeat the witch, I need to bring him into contact with the monster. To do that, I thought I could use the Grand Commander's skills. I was naive. Without the witch's curse, the Grand Commander can't stand against the monster. It renders my plans meaningless. Thank you for stopping me, Car. Thanks to you, I managed to avoid killing Landon. Still, I probably did some lasting damage to his organs. I went too far. The moment you were stabbed, I was possessed by anger. I couldn't control my actions, nor do I particularly want to. Even now that I'm more composed, I still... His hands shake almost imperceptibly. He's shaken. Whether it's from fear and anger, or even both, is hard to discern. I turned it to this after falling in love with you. He admits it! The deeper I fell for you, the more I wanted to destroy everything else around you. People controlled by this kind of destruction impulse are exactly who you call a membrum. Before that happens, I need to disappear. Wait. This must be something we can do to dispel the magic. The witch is dead, sure, but there must be a hint somewhere. The passion in my argument can't warm a certain icy part of my heart. This will all disappear anyway. If I turn back time and do something different, I can't prevent him from getting cursed. The man who said he loved me would disappear. This is the end. My powers can make it all go away. The sins and their punishments, the curse and the resulting tragedies. What a miraculous power. What a meaningless power. Erasing these problems do not lead to salvation. Don't worry. I won't be causing you any... Oh. Don't worry. I won't be causing you any more trouble. I'll be dead soon. What? Did you not take your medicine? Grand Commander. I'm sorry. But I want you to know seeing how happy you were about the medicine really meant something to me. Can I turn around? No. I've long left the realm of humanity. According to the witch, membra that don't fulfill their role are punished with an unseemly form. But I don't want you to see me like this. Oh, like the creature that's on the front of the game. Yeah. That's what you turn into? It's kind of hot. Get back to the city. I'd take you there if I could, but I can't even take another step. Please, hurry to the hospital. Huggies! I'm sorry, sir, but that's one order I won't follow. Yeah, he's to transform. Look at him. Tar? I refuse to accept this as my happy ending. It's not a very happy ending. No more compromises. I'll keep pushing forward and I won't yield even at the end. I'll do this as many times as it takes to get the ending I want. There you go again. I can't understand anything you're saying, but I can feel that passion of yours. My passion? Not moments ago, I was convinced the Fatal Rewind was in the wrong hands. Are you going to tell them about the Fatal Rewind? My spirit was so thoroughly shattered, I wanted to run away from it all. But if he's saying the resolve to never give up is who I really am, then... I'll work as hard as I can to get more confidence in myself, so that one day I can say that I was glad I gained this power, that I had it in me and no one else. Not sure what you're trying to do, but I want you to remember that I'll always have your back. Really? Think about it. Have I ever done wrong by you in the last 8 years? You said yourself your original plan was to send me back to the Lizelle house. That's the reply you go for? I'm only kidding. I know you've always been on my side. You reached out to help me even before my first Fatal Rewind. You called yourself a no-good fool, where I know for a fact I couldn't be further from the truth. No one can perfectly understand how others feel. What's important is that you try to understand. And that's what you've done. You always take that step forward to find common ground with people. Yes, please. Those aren't actions of a fool. You're a phenomenal man. A phenomenal. Aw, the huggies. Is this the first time I ever really felt like living? Am I in this ending do you speak of? Of course you are. I'll make it worth waiting for. Car, don't push yourself too hard now. All I need for you is to be happy. Okay. Can you still hear me, Car? Yeah, I can. Prioritize yourself over all else. Your life is yours to give. Live, I mean. You'll have a habit of carrying burdens you don't need to. Makes a guy worry. I'll be fine. I got your sly style of parleying to help me through the worst of it. I don't exactly remember teaching you any of that. Car. I love you. Oh. Oh. Grand Commander disappears. Aw. This was his final power as a Membrum. To the very last moment, he only ever wished happiness for others. Icy loneliness takes over my soul. How many more times will I have to experience such isolation? I'm so terrified I shake, but I know this is my path to walk. No matter how often I return to a clean start, my heart retains all those memories. Grief, anguish, and love pile on top of each other like armor. If I go for it long enough, not even the sharpest of swords will be able to pierce it. These experiences make me stronger. Aria of the Spider Lily. Rune,
Welcome back. You should rest for a bit. I can boil a mean cup of tea. So, oh, I meant to tell you. I figured out something real neat. When you beat the witch in the carnival, some of my powers came back. But don't get too complacent just because he gets them back on a loss. He's not so naive. He probably has to do that to hold a trial at that scale. There's some pretty serious magic. You'll need just a serious price to make it work. But by getting my magic back, I can lend you even more power. You'll be able to use skills outside of the Fatal Rewind. For example... Car, what's wrong? Your heart's about to collapse. But I guess it makes sense. You've been through so much pain. If I leave it like this, you'll really... have to erase your memories. No! You never gave up. You were beaten down over and over again, but you never backed down. I wish you didn't have to erase those memories, but... You're about to go back in time again. Everyone and everything else around you will be a blank slate. It will hurt that much more if you're the only one that remembers anything. Once my powers have returned, we should be able to win against the witch, so... Yashiji. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll be turning back time now. May this be our final encounter. Expecto Animus. That's all we can choose. Guess we're doing T-Reels. Withering flower. I'm gonna go back real quick because there's another ending. Tell me what you know. No, I have nothing to say outside. Please. Why would I want to help the Grand Commander. That isn't your Please tell me. ask all you want, I'll never. Please. Nice. I think I can force my way through this. Let's keep this up going forward. I need to change how I ask my questions depending on the details, just like Grand Commander Crius would. Tell him how you feel. You're getting the sad lovin'. I love you. Oh, is he doing the double suicide? Or, huh?
Thank the goddess you're awake.
Look at his neck! He has the member of Jades!
Grand Commander. I've been put on the sofa in his office to rest. The gears in my head only begin to turn once I start asking myself about the situation I am. Did he kill Thomas? Not Thomas. No, Landon. His name is Landon. Did he kill Landon? Wait, what happened to Landon? You're a gentle soul to worry about someone who came at you with a knife. But I can't say I'm fond of hearing another man's name from your lips. Huh? I was hesitant to do so while you were asleep, but I changed your clothes. Your old pair were all but ruined. It's only when he pointed out that I realized I'm in unfamiliar clothes. Clothes I could not be wearing unless everything I wore before was completely stripped off. I would normally be overcome with shame. The doubt swirling inside me pushed everything else aside. Oh, he's not himself right now. Oh, and don't move around too much. Your wound is far from healed. Has the murder incident been solved? Let's save that talk for later, okay? It would ruin the mood. What? 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 Sir? That dress looks wonderful on you. Yeah, it is pretty, but what are you doing? It's a good thing I didn't let you go to the church way back then. If I had, you would meet the same end as my sister. I'm a weak excuse of a man who could neither save his sister nor get his revenge, but at least I protected you, I suppose. Could you put some distance between us? It's a bit difficult to talk like this. That's fine, I'm done talking anyway. No! Consent, Crius! Consent! My brain takes a moment to catch up to what's happened. His tongue entangles with mine with the fervor of a man starved. It is only when I realize this is a kiss. Wow. Stop. Stop it! You're the man I know. The Grand Commander will never do this! His eyes hold in him the pain of a wounded fawn. The strong, shrewd Grand Commander looks no more than a feeble man. The sight grips painfully at my heart, but I can assume that I've dug into a sore spot of his. You're right. I'm not human anymore. I'm a member of him, baby. It all happened the night of the ceremony. The witch appeared before me. That long, but you haven't killed anyone. You aren't a member of him at all. You're still a perfectly normal human. I wanted to stay that way, but that's impossible now. I killed one of my cherished subordinates. You killed Landon. This is my fault. Landon only did all because I couldn't protect Maya, and as a result, the Grand Commander had to... I don't want to hurt you, and yet I want to destroy everything that may steal you away from me. Everyone has a place in your heart. And everyone who has a place in your heart. I'm tired to have the things I love being taken away from me. I know. Me too. Seeing the deaths of the people I loved and dealing with all these scars have worn me down. Yep. Yep. Then let's end it all here. You don't have to work so hard anymore, just rest. Stay here with me, I'll keep you safe. Forget it all, Car. You're kissing again? Yep. Did she give it? Good night. Gute Nacht. I think he looks good, but not like this, Crius, not like this! Guess this is why this is the sad end. Sad love it, let's go! Okay, let's get the dead end.
We will now begin the voting process. May the 300 jurors present choose wisely and justly.
It's gonna be me, huh? Will we be able to see Crius' reaction? Or is it, why is the screen black for so long? Is it working? No, it's not working. Fuck. You know, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. I like seeing the love interest's reaction when, like, the heroine, like, dies. Or get painfully hurt. Just, like, hearing them freak out. No!
No! Sister!
Har Lysel's final curtain call. And so, I am made to burn. The gallows the witch provides is akin to a bottomless sea of flames. I fall deeper and deeper as the flames gradually eat away at my flesh. Oh. I finally see the bottom, only scattered fragments of my body remain. Dead end. Woo! We did it! That was... I think we'll... This is all of Crius' route right now. Yay! Next time we'll start with Tyrell, Alistair.
Him. I'm possessed.
What? Oh lord. That was something. Damn. I think, like, I feel like you get good ends later, right? Because both of those, like, even though it's, like, good end, it wasn't a good end. He's just like, I'm gonna peace out, and the next one, he, like, gives in. And, I don't know. But I wish, I need to ask the person, like, who had done this model for me, I want to add a blushing expression. I needed to have a blushing expression. Like, some of these, it qualifies like a flustered expression. Because I have expressions. I have, also, I guess I'll need a stream deck, to be able to turn these while I'm on a different screen. Because, like, I have, a sharp one, and also, I think I'm going to pay more, so movement of the lips on different expressions. Angie. And cry. But, oh lord. Dang, I love this game. I want to see what happens next. I mean, it's like they kind of really throw you, like, ha ha, next love interest, no time to stop. It just throws you right in there, huh? But yeah. Thank you so much for watching and stuff. And see you next time. Bye!